By the way, my jacket is not for sale, not specially prepared, but not for sale in shops. If you might like it, sorry. Find yourself a good mom who can make it, especially make you leave my mom. What do you think of that?
Playo.tv live broadcasting.
Hi and welcome everyone to this last game of the first day of Super 6 baseball and softball tournament in Hoofddorp, the Netherlands. Right off, starting with Chantal for slice because we had some technical issues here. Luckily, in cooperation with technical commissioners, the organizers were able to hold up the game for as long as possible so that we could bring you all of the action live here on Playo.tv. And no time to introduce much of the starting lineup, so let me start with this lady. Start wearing number 7. Her jersey, it's Yulia Maslova, who's pitching for Team Russia. Virginia Gusakova catching. And as I mentioned, Chantal Versluis is leading off for Team Netherlands. 3 balls in a row, so 3-0 the count to start a game. There's already one of the most experienced players on this Dutch lineup. And a strike is called. Versluis with a little bit of a theater play hit there, trying to head towards first base, and she hits it up in the air and it lands right where Tatiana Beltuka was originally standing, but it was very hard to read that ball on the fly, and especially with all that wind, because when you look at trees behind the home run fence and the posts that hold the flags of the 6 nations participating in this tournament, that ball was hit directly into the wind. And a foul ball. Jesse van Alst, the right fielder. Number 2 spot. Dutch lineup. So Yulia Maslova, 95 kilometers per hour on that pitch. On the outside corner. And Van Alst is quickly behind, 0-2 the count. Able to get a piece of that pitch, so remains at bat after she fouled this out. Home plate umpire is none other than Frank Lautier. See him there, standing now, crouching behind Gusakova, who catches this pitch. The right-handed batter's box, just on the corner of it. So ball number 1. That one misses upstairs. Very confident look from Jesse van Alst. Outside again. So great at bat for the young Dutch right fielder who quickly fell behind with 0-2. Now full count. And that will earn her a base on balls. First runner of the game, which will bring up Maxime van Dalen, another experienced player for Team Netherlands. A powerful first baseman, one of the leading figures of not only the Dutch national team, but also an infielder for Sparks Haarlem, one of the most successful teams of the Golden League here in Netherlands. A steal attempt, and Van Alst lands safely on second. With one away, the Dutch now have a runner in scoring position. Slova with the delivery. He gets away from Gusakova, and we will have the first run of the game as Van Alst, without hesitation, headed for third, and the throw from Gusakova was off target by a landslide, so Van Alst able to comfortably trot over home plate. 1-0 for the Netherlands. Van Dalen still at bat with an even count, 2-2. That misses above strike zone. Right in the zone, and it's sent towards the foul territory in left field by Van Dalen. Another full count pitch coming up. Early on, Maslova working hard to get the strikes. This one misses low, and Van Dalen will also head over to first base on balls. Designated player of the Dutch team is none other than Karin Tuk. Powerful hitter. On defense usually plays catcher, but has been used lately on the national team, especially as the DP or a pinch hitter by the Dutch coaching staff. See Saskia Kosterink coaching by first base. Played with Karin Tuk on the same team for years. Decided to take a coaching route later in her career. She successfully, as a coach, led the young Dutch women teams towards victory. For example, last year, the under-22 women's championship in Pardubice, Czech Republic, as Karin Tuk hits this one to a similar area where Maxime van Dalen sent her previous hit. Oh, 0-2. That's the count on Karin Tuk. One away, and just the tip of the bat on it. Able to foul out of play. This being the final game of the day, of course, you will be able to access all of the games later on in the archive. As Stuk sends this one on the ground, a slow roller towards the shortstop. Stepanyan, who makes the throw to Egiazarova in time for the second out of the first inning. Van Dalen advances to second. Dinette Osting, the catcher, wearing number 15. MVP of Women's European Championship 2013 in Prague. And a valuable member of the national team in all of the tournaments. They're on the left-hand side of the picture, just above that banner, Team and L, just above that N. You can see Mr. Gabriel Waage. As this is hit over the head of Polina Verekina. Second run of the game scores Maxime Van Dalen, and Dinette Osting will round the bases for an inside the park home run. The local crowd loving this early lead. First inning and 3 runs in for the Dutch. Polina Verekina, the right fielder for Team Russia, just missed that ball. It flew over her head, and here's Wies Lichtvoet playing left field. And this pitch misses outside. So an even count, 1-1 on Lichtvoet. This one down in the dirt. The right-handed batters in the batter's box. We are. Here's another pitch from Maslova, 93 kilometers per hour. Struggling to hit the zone. Of course, not the best position for the pitcher. Kick the game off now. Down the middle was the pitch, and up the middle was the hit. A single by Wies Lichtvoet. So another base hit for Team Netherlands. 2 hits for the Dutch. 1 error on the Russian defense. That was the throwing error by Gusakova after that pass ball got away from her, and Van Alst scored the first run of the game. Here's Virginie Anneveld. Playing third base. And another Sparks Harlem native. They set up outside, a big lead by Wies Lichtvoet. Shows some agility by returning back in time. Up in the air, popped up towards the first baseman, Egazarova, who makes the catch and finally ends the inning for Team Russia, who are trailing by 3 runs early in the game. They're the designated home team, so of course they will have a chance to get on the board as well in the bottom of the first inning. But it's a quick start in favor of Team Netherlands. They are the favorites for this game. Of course, they are ranked just above Team Russia in 4th place in the European Softball Federation Women's Fast Pitch Softball rankings. But in the world rankings, they're number 8, whereas Russia is in 26th place. So that goes to show difference. Here's another look at that inside the park home run by Dinette Olstink. And maybe now we have some time to introduce the Dutch defense. Ilona Andringa is the starting pitcher for the Dutch. Dinette Oosting, whom I already mentioned, is the catcher. First baseman Maxime van Dalen, second baseman Onesha Franke. Third baseman Virginie Anneveld, shortstop Feline Poot, Vies Lichtvoet in left field, Chantal Versluis center field, and Yossi van Elst, right fielder. Leading off for Team Russia is Daria Semyonova. Daria Semyonova is 23 years old, plays for Team Carousel in Russia. They won last year in 2017 in Montegranaro in Italy. They won the European Cup, Women's European Cup. Semyonova takes the second pitch on the low outside corner for strike number 1. Foul ball, strike number 2. Lays off this one. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Semyonova. Pitches of Ilona Andringa somewhere in the 90s, low 90s. As this one is sent all the way right field fence. There in the back, you see the third base umpire, Thomas Lonert. And the only official I haven't introduced yet is the first base umpire, Florian Lautenschläger. So another foul ball extends this at-bat, first at-bat of Russian player facing Ilona Andringa. This time sent towards Onesha Franke, gets away from the second baseman, and Semyonova with a single into right field. Gets on base. So a great start for Team Russia if they really want to remain in this game. Otherwise, with a team so offensively strong as the Dutch, could get away from them quickly. A bunt laid down towards the pitcher, Andringa. The throw is late. So not only do the Russians advance the runner, but they get a bonus, which is another runner on first. So sacrifice bunt ends up being very effective as Andringa hesitated a bit, originally considered going to second, but noticed that she had no time. Baltukova shows bunt, misses the ball, and strike number 1 is called. Earlier today we saw a double steal by Czech offense. The opening game of the tournament against Team Italy. The Czechs won that game 3-2. Big lead by the runners. Pickoff attempt unsuccessful. Great aggressive base running by the Russians. Now the corners can play a bit calmer as 2 strikes are in Baltukova's count. Ball number 1. Baltukova. It's ready for pitch number 4, and it's sent in the 5-6 hole, and they go for it. The throw was in time, but it appeared that Dinat Olstink would have missed Semyonova on the tag, but nevertheless, great defensive play, great throw. We'll take another look here as the throw from Wies Lichtfoot was a bit off target, but Osting able to dive towards Semyonova and tag her. Great hit by Baltukova in the 5-6 hole though, and she is on second base with her teammate Vereikina on third. So 2 runners in scoring position, and the first baseman Evgenia Egizarova at bat with the ball already on the count. This one misses low. Strike number 1. So Gizerva working. And hit towards Andringa, and they have the runner between the in the pickle between third and home. And the rundown is successful. They get Polina Vereikina. Perfectly executed by the Dutch defense as Andringa, this time without hesitation, charged towards the runner, and they get the second out. Baltukova doing the only thing that the trailing runner can do, and that's advancing to that base. We see Andringa charging towards third base, and then finally it's Maxime van Dalen, the first baseman, who made the tag. In the meantime, Egezarova made it all the way to second base, so of course the runners are once again both in scoring position. It's Egezarova on second and Beltukova on third. Narina Stepanyan lays off of the third pitch, and that's ball number 1 and 2. The count on the Russian shortstop. That gets away from Osting, but foul ball called by the umpire. So Andringa ready for another pitch. And strikes her out. Stepanyan caught looking. So a very promising start for the Dutch. However, Team Russia don't have to necessarily feel too bad. They were able to put runners on bases. Of course, they left two of them on, and that might prove costly later on in the game. After first inning of play, it's Russia 0, Netherlands 3.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
Welcome back to Hoofddorp in the Netherlands. Home of the Pioneers and one of the nicest facilities you'll find in Europe for bat and ball games. The WBSC's tournament Super 6 is already looking great. That fans made their way here to the ballpark on this Tuesday late afternoon, or should I say evening already. Work by Varekina, who read the ball, perfectly positioned herself just under it, made the catch. Feline Pot, who leads this year's stats in the Dutch Golden League with 6 home runs. This time flied out. That brings up last of the Dutch batters whom we haven't seen yet, and that's Anisha Franca. Second baseman. Schoenbrandt takes the pitch, so 2 strikes already on Anisha. .92 kilometers per hour on that pitch as Franca fouls it out of play. Now this is these were the colder bleachers. The other part of the ballpark faces the sun, so it at least feels a bit warmer I mean, the sunshine helps, but these gusty winds are very strong. This time, Anisha Franka drilled that ball into Russian dugout. In the regular season, Sparks Harlem second baseman has batting average .241 with 4 extra base hits. Another member of Talent Team Holland, which is a selection of young players with promising future, practicing regularly, especially with since they played in the Golden League this year. Just like many countries decide to have their junior players experience the top level competition in that country. You know, a similar model that has been used in the Czech League for at least 3 years now, with the junior team playing top level teams. This time caught by Shabanova, third baseman. Easy line drive for Shabanova. Frank is out. That brings up Shani Verschleiss for the second time. The first time up, she flied out to the left fielder, and this time again heading into left field, but it will drop in front of Beltyukova. Gets a bit away from her, and Verschleiss slides into second, aggressively punishing that little hesitation by Beltyukova as she tried to pick up that ball, but couldn't corral it at first, and Verschleiss in scoring position with 1 away. Sorry, 2 away. And you'll see Van Alst up in the air, caught on the run by Stepanyan, the shortstop. And that means it's the end of Dutch offensive attempts. And Team Russia will have another chance to put themselves on the board in a different category than errors. So as the sun is setting down here in the Netherlands, you see Virginia Gusakova, the catcher, getting ready for her at bat. She'll be the first Russian player to face Lisa Hopp, Roof pitcher. Starts off with a 98 kilometer per hour pitch. During the regular season, she only pitched in 3 games with an earned run average 5.01. She's studying in the United States, as actually many of the players do. And a strikeout. We'll send Gusakova back to the dugout. Lisa Hope is her major is in aerospace engineering. She studies at the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. In Daytona Beach, Florida. So Tatiana Zhuchkova, second baseman, towards the shortstop Filimpod, able to use her quick wheels to get on first base. So an infield single for Zhuchkova. A wild pitch will help Team Russia put a runner in scoring position. As Yulia Maslova, the pitcher, is facing the 1-0 pitch by Lisa Hope. Swing and a miss by Maslova. A ball and a strike and one away. Maslova fouled out of play. Showing bunt with 2 strikes. And gets it towards the second baseman Onesha Franka, but she kicks it out late, and that will be the first run for Team Russia as Zhuchkova takes advantage of that error by Onesha Franka at second base. It was a ground ball rolling rather slowly towards the second baseman, and as she tried to pick it up, but as she kicked it away towards the team's dugout, and Maxime van Dalen also unable to react to that. That brings up Anna Shabanova, number 14. Two-year-old Moscow native. Another foul ball. Lisa Hop now just hit 100 kilometers per hour with that pitch. So speed could be the factor in all those foul balls landing over Dutch team's dugout. Stay set up outside, but miss the zone. For ball number 2. Anna Shabanova was with the under 22 women's national team in Slovakia in Trnava this summer for the European Championship, where Russia took 5th place. As she strikes out for out number 2. So 3-1 the score in the bottom of the second. And it's from top of the lineup once again, Daria Semyonova. So this rise ball misses upstairs, and Semyonova. One ball, no strikes. Net Osting very aggressively reacting to any movement from Yulia Maslova. Stuck on first. Way up in the air and on the run. Chantal Verschleiss makes the catch. Great positioning by the Dutch player. And that'll end the inning. Team Russia on the board. They are now trailing by 2. As you see, weather isn't getting any better with the winds still gusting here in Hoofddorp. We'll be right back for inning number 3.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
Welcome back to Hoofddorp in the Netherlands for third inning action of this third game of Super 6 softball tournament. As you can see, the Netherlands are up 3-1. It's still rather a close game with Yulia Maslova, young pitcher. Started off not so well in the first inning, which took the first half inning took 20 minutes. Or just under 20 minutes, and struggled to get those outs. But it would appear that she is now ready to face this star team. Maxime van Dalen towards the second baseman, Zhuchkova, who makes the throw in time for an easy 4-3 ground out. He reached down base on balls the first time up. That'll bring up Karin Tuk. She grounded out to the shortstop, Stepanyan, in the first inning. Here's Maslova and Karin Tuk taking the bait and missing with her swing. This time it's hit towards the left fielder, Beltukova. And Karin Tuk is by second base and she returns back towards first, but is caught up by the second baseman, Zhuchkova. So first a nice single into left field, which took an awkward bounce and it hit Beltukova, the left fielder, somewhere around her shoulders or her arm. And Karin Tuk thought that she could take advantage of that, as this is sent by Dinette Osting into the right corner. And Dinette Osting, once again, an extra base hit. Her first time up, she had a inside the park home run. And in her second at bat, it's a triple, a stand-up triple by Osting, and already 7 bases. Seven bases slugged by Dinette Osting. He's licked foot towards the shortstop. And third out of the half inning, recorded by on the throw from Stepanyan to Agazarova. So a quick half inning for the Russians. In the bottom of the third. They will face Eva Fortman, a new pitcher for the Dutch team. Now it's unsurprising. The Dutch have been using this strategy of having different pitchers for, well, not usually every inning, but substituting them fairly consistently, and using that for a while. And of course, Super 6 or the first games are a chance for them to try different things. So a few changes in the Dutch lineup. We'll just wait for the The most notable change, of course, is Eva Fortman in the pitching circle and Laura Wissing catching. And there are a few more changes. Well, we'll tell them later. So Fortman to Verekina. In her first at bat, Verekina tried to lay down that sacrifice bunt that ended up being more effective than she'd wished for. Just sort of put her bat in that pitch. And ricochets towards the backstop for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Verekina strikes out lefty Fortman. It's called number 1. We saw Anna Shabanova cheering for her teammates. Here's Tatiana. So Evgenia Gyazarova. Who was getting ready for her bat, but it actually is Tatiana Beltukova. That's why I was a bit confused. That misses low and outside. You saw a glimpse of the big smile on Laura Wissing's face, though. It's Fortman with the delivery, and once again that misses low. And almost hit her. Behind. Full count. Beltukova fouls it out of play. The Russian dugout cheering for base on balls. As Beltukova manages to send this at bat. None of the Dutch pitchers have given a freebie yet to the Russian batters. Base on balls, but and this time it will end up being a successful at-bat for Beltukova. Hit towards the third baseman and the shortstop, somewhere between Annefeld and Polt. None of whom were able to crawl that ball. Officially scored a single. Infield single. Should take one more look. It's probably Annefeld was with her reaction towards the ball, blocking the view of Philippe a bit. And that's how it resulted. This error. So Beltukova with a single on first base. As Eva Fortman also hits the 100 on the clock, or kilometers per hour of the pitch. Ekizarova, swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And swing and a miss. Automatic out, of course. Technical out of Ekizarova, but gives the Russian offense a chance to advance the runner. Beltukova moves to second. Ekizarova struck out, and with 2 away, that brings Narine Stepanyan. The shortstop swings at the first pitch and misses. And way below that. Eva Fortman. 1-1 delivery, now make it 1-2. Ball and a couple of strikes on Stepanyan. She struck out her first time up as well, but that was, of course, facing a different pitcher. They check for a swing with Laudenschläger. So while the Dutch defense was sure that they got the third out, a strikeout off Stepanyan on this play, Frank Lautier never saw a swing, and neither did Florian Lautenschläger, the first base umpire. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 away, and this one misses up and in. Another 100 kilometers per hour pitch by and ends her up. Fortman on a 105 kilometers per hour pitch. So eventually a strikeout anyway. 3 strikeouts for Fortman. 1 infield single by Beltukova. So combined effort of the 3 Dutch pitchers results in 6 strikeouts and 3-1 lead as we head into the 4th inning.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
Welcome back live to the Netherlands. Back to Super 6. And this is Laura Vissink, the catcher for Team Netherlands. As you look at the lights still turned off in the ballpark, there's still enough light. Although it's almost sunset. As we look at Nina Zakaznikova, who's the new pitcher for Team Russia. So both of these teams experimenting with their pitching. While Laura Vissink is, of course, one of the biggest prospects of this Dutch team. Strong head towards Fleenpot, and she will head to the other circle to get ready, because she did try to make it look like she could just walk it off, but it must have been a strong hit. And this one will land in the fair territory as Laura Vissink heads towards third and will stay on third for another, if I'm not mistaken, fourth extra base hit of the Dutch offense in this game. Laura Vissink now with a triple. Previously, Dinette Osting hit an inside the park home run and a triple, and Chantal Verslijs had a double. Now, arguably, Karen Tuk also hit a double, but couldn't make it in time to second base, but officially scored a single. And out on second. So here is Fleenpot. Hopefully everything's okay. She's not hurt. Ball number one. With nobody out, Laura Vissink is on third. Fleenpot takes another pitch. That misses upstairs. 2 balls. No strike. That one misses outside. Fleenpot was part of the under-19 Women's European Championship squad in Staranzano in Italy this summer. And, as well as, of course, the under-22. They ended up 4th in the under-19 category, which was a real surprise and disappointment for the Dutch. And just behind their biggest rival in Europe, Italy, in the under-22 category. So a pitch in 100 counts even for the Russian pitcher as well, and this rise ball gets her swinging. So Zakaznikova with 100 kilometers per hour joins the club and strikes out. Colleen Poet. Anisha Franca as well. Now facing Zakaznikova. She lined out to third baseman Shabanova. This time shows bunt, but that attempt was not successful. Bissing still holding third base. Set up outside, and another hit towards the third baseman. This time lands in the fair territory, and it rolls away into the left field, or outside of the left field, as Franca with an RBI single. High five Saskia Kostering, first base coach. 4-1 for Team Netherlands after this successful conversion. RBI single. And for the third time in this game, it's Chantal Verslijs. Flied out to left field in the first plate appearance, then she hit that double into left field her second time up. But both of these were facing Maslova. This time it's Zakaznikova. And the steal attempt by Franca. The throw is off target, over towards the center fielder, Semenova. So Franca in scoring position. It appeared to be on time, the throw from Gusakova, but just over the head. Here's one more look. Way off target. A foul ball. For strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Verslijs. And 101, 101 kilometers per hour on that pitch is Verslijs. Sends it flying out of the park, but not a fair ball. So Shani Verslijs once again is a hit towards the shortstop, and they opt for the out at third as Franca sort of ran into that one. Another pitch that was over 100 kilometers per hour, and Verslijs with a fielder's choice on first, but great play by the Russian defense as Stepanyan here we'll take another look. Stepanyan just gave no chance to Franca, who hustled for third, but Einblend this time hit up the middle. The throw from Semyonova, of course, with no chance. No chance to get the runner on second, so Van Elst with a single. And with one away, they now have 2 runners on bases. And promising part of the lineup at bat. Here's Maxime van Dalen. She is due. She had a base on balls. First time up, grounded out to the second baseman, Zhuchkova, in her second at bat. Or rather, plate appearance, if you're into statistics. This time, Gusakova the pick-off attempt at second, together with Zhuchkova. But for Slice, paying attention and return to second in time. Up the middle once again, Maxime von Dalen and Semyonova with the throw to home, which won't get there in time. Von Dalen will make it all the way to second. Van Alst on third, and Verschleiss crosses home plate for run number 5 for Team Netherlands. So it's 5-1 for the Dutch at bat. It's Eva Fortman. Takes this pitch for strike number 1. So ball and a strike on Fortman, who struck out 3 batters herself. This time hit towards Zhuchkova, and she makes the grab, but not in time to get the out on first. Fortman using her speed. Great backhand grab by Zhuchkova, but just the sole fact that it took that long for the ball to roll towards second base before she was even able to get it meant that Fortman makes it in time, not only to reach first base, but also bring another run in. It's 6-1 for the Dutch, as Van Alst is back in the dugout and Van Dalen is on third. Here's Dinette Oostink, of course, looking to get another base hit, and she does. She's 3 for 3 and an RBI. So Oostink definitely in the zone as she drilled that 103 kilometers per hour pitch off of Zakaznikova into the opposite field. Once again, she had that inside the park home run in the opposite field, triple in the opposite field, and this time the single in the same direction. She's 3 for 3, 3 RBI, and her slugging average is over 2,000. So great numbers for Dinette Oostink. She proves once again how valuable she is for this team. Reese Lichtfoot had a single to center field and grounded out to shortstop Stepanyan. The previous 2 at-bats of this game. Now the scoreboard here in the ballpark is experiencing some technical difficulties. That would be the official phrase. And a throw on the delayed steal is late as well. And Eva Fortman crosses home plate for run number 7. So Oostink on second base. And hit towards the second baseman, Zhuchkova, and an easy 4-3 ground out. Finally ends this inning for Team Russia. A great performance by the Dutch batters as they are up 8-1 midway through the fourth. So they were able to add 5 runs to their score. To take another look at that last play, Wies Lichtvoet's ground out. 8-1 in the fourth inning is not fatal for Team Russia. However, should they not score another run for the next 1.5 innings, a mercy rule, or more politically correct called run-ahead rule, is of course in effect at Super 6 softball tournament. That would mean this game would end prematurely. Marjolein Merks, the number 3, will be the fourth pitcher for Team Netherlands. Now the scoreboard is showing a error window, which will be familiar to any Microsoft Windows users. So hopefully the fans are still able to follow this game even without the scoreboard. Yeah, system failure. So maybe time to switch to Linux here for the scoreboards. You see those trees struggling here in the gusting winds of Holland, a province in the northwestern part of this beautiful country. Now, the delay is because of all the changes on Dutch defense. There are so many that it requires 3 coaches to explain all the movement, all the substitutions and changes to Frank Lautier, the home plate umpire. So now, of course, another delay be eaten up by the umpire reporting all the changes to the official scorekeepers. Once they're done with that, I'll be able to tell you a bit more. I think it's Cindy van der Sanden who replaced Tanisha Franca in second base. I already mentioned Marjolein Merks pitching now. Here's Frank Lautier reporting the changes to the scorekeepers. Another change is in center field. It's no longer Chantal Verschleiss. I think it's number 21, Brenda Beers. You see thanks to my assistant here. I can even provide you with a full Met report. Now the real feel is 17 degrees Celsius. That means it's a bit colder than as this is popped up towards the second baseman, and Cindy van der Sunten with her first play of the game makes the catch here. Now the interesting part, of course, are the winds. They're measured from the west-southwestern direction at 35 kilometers per hour, gusting at 42. And of course, in a sport that involves a 12-inch ball being hit in the air, that has an effect on the game. But to be fair, this effect is of course the same on both of the teams. That's the beauty of it. Tatiana Zhuchkova, the second baseman, at bat. One more change. Apart from what I had previously told you, is that Eva Fortman remains in the game, in the lineup for Team Netherlands. She moved to left field, and Chkova hits it towards the second baseman van der Sunten, and once again she is able to make the play, this time on the ground. So after a fly out and a ground out, 2 away, and Ina Zakaznikova, the pitcher, facing Marjolaine Merckx. And an easy out. Complete 4 innings of play here in Hoofddorp. Team Netherlands lead 8-1 Russia, and we are heading into the 5th inning with Team Russia being the designated home team. That means they will have the bottom half anyway, but we have approached the 7-run ahead rule in the 5th, and we'll see how the Russians can respond to the Dutch offense.
Playo.tv live broadcasting.
So a few changes on Russian defense as well, just to make things more complicated here, but don't worry, we'll get you the update. The important part is Vera Kukharenko is now entering the game to pitch for Team Russia, and it's Laura Wissink who she'll face as her first opponent. And she swings at the first pitch and sends it up the middle towards the center field for an easy single. So a strong start for Team Netherlands in this 5th inning. with Laura Vissing getting on base. And of course, the runs they need ahead are already there as Feline Pod sends this one into left field. Laura Vissing slipped as she returned towards second base, but still able to grab on the bag as the throw from left field got there in a hurry. So runners on second and first after consecutive singles by the Dutch offense. And this pitch gets away from Gusakova. And the Dutch runners are unforgiving and move up the base. They're both in scoring position now. Cindy van der Sunden takes this pitch. Strike number one. Left it hanging and up in the air. Dropped by the center fielder Semyonova, and that will score run number 9 for the Dutch. Great base running by Team Netherlands. So, and of course with these hits way up in the air with such a long hang time, there's enough time for the wind to change the trajectory of the ball significantly, and I believe that's what caused this error by Semyonova. This rise ball and a pickoff attempt towards third base from Gusakova, just to keep the runners on their toes and not allow them to do anything they like. Brenda Bears, first time in the batter's box today, as she replaced Chantal Versluis in center field. This catches the outside corner of the strike zone for strike number 1, I believe. Two balls and a strike on Brenda Bears. Once again, they go outside with an off-speed pitch, a change-up 79 kilometers per hour. This time head up in the air, and Semyonova nowhere near it. That will score at least 2 more runs as Bears is stopped at third. So a 2-run triple, 2 RBI triple for Brenda Bears. And the score is now 11-1. They were able to make that buffer needed for the bottom half. For the bottom half of this inning, just to make sure. Here's another look at all 3 runners. No need for now Frank Lautier is checking for the score with the scorekeepers, as the scoreboard is still out of service. So a runner on third for Jesse van Elst and drills it down the first baseline. That will score. Of course, run number 12. And van Elst is another Dutch player with a triple. So for Vera Kukarenko, not the way she'd imagined entering the game. I'm pretty sure about that. Here's Van Elst trotting towards third base, and there's Maxime van Dalen. That off-speed pitch misses above the zone. This time she hits it, and it's toward left field. Nice diving grab by Beltukova. And a sacrifice fly for Maxime van Dalen. It's only the first out of the inning for Team Russia, but a nice one by Beltukova. Smiling and laughing. 13-1 for Team Netherlands after that sacrifice fly. And at bat, Eva Fortman. Pitch misses. Outside, it appears that the scoreboard is back up and running. So even the fans can now look at the numbers and see that it's 13-1 for their team, for the Dutch. Soft speed pitch lands in the strike zone. Strike number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away on Eva Fortman. And she's hit by a pitch on her right elbow. Oh, right on the guard. So no danger of an injury. See where it hit her. So Fortman is ready to continue to play. She pitched for 1 inning for her team, and now she's playing left field. Head up the middle by Dinette Olsting. She is 4 for 4 today with 3 runs batted in. Runners on second and first. Fortman and Olsting at bat. Wies Lichtvoet. First pitch. This is above and inside. Lichtvoet is 1 for 3 in this game. A pick off attempt by Kasakova, but they're just looking to get any out they can at this point. Up near, Semyonova will make the catch and attempt to throw. Zhukova with a nice grab there by second base. So second out Lichtfoot flying out to Semyonova and Laura Wissing. At bat once again. She has a triple and a single. She's 2 for 2 in this game. And 2 runs. This one in the dirt, and the runners will move up the base. Both will be in scoring position. It's only 60 feet away from run number 14. As Wissing sends this one towards the shortstop. Shabanova on the throw across the diamond is in time to retire the Dutch catcher for the 3rd out. So instead of a drama here of the Russian team attempting to extend the game by scoring at least 1 run, the Dutch were able to score 5 runs, and those are the 5 extra runs, which even if the Russian offense would now score 5, the game would still end prematurely on the run-ahead rule. But we'll see. The beauty of the sport is that anything could happen. Now, unsurprisingly, the Dutch bring in a new pitcher. It's Rebecca Sumeru, the veteran pitcher for Team Netherlands. Looks very determined, and a few changes for Team Russia as well. We'll see Olga Yakovleva pinch hitting in the bottom of the 5th inning. So here's Sumeru, and this is Olga Yakovleva, number 17. Sumeru starting off with a 93 kilometers per hour. Drop ball, and Yakovleva probably a piece of tape that was on the bat. And Yakovleva hit by pitch, and she'll move to first base. Center fielder Daria Semyonova now at bat. Hits the first pitch up in the air, and it's by the right field fence where it's caught, and the throw to first is not in time, or more or less off target, but Van Alst with a great catch all the way by the fence. Nice hit by Semyonova. Good base running by Yakovleva as well. It was close to second base, but far enough to capitalize on a potential mistake, but close enough to return in time. brings up Polina Verikina. Started the game off as a right fielder, now serving as the shortstop. Rebecca Sumeru hitting the pitches around 90 kilometers per hour. This one 93. Verikina with another 0-2 pitch from Sumeru. Swing and a miss. And Verikina strikes out under 92 kilometers per hour. Drop ball by Sumeru. 2 away. Runner on first. And the game extending run is way in the dugout. It's nowhere near. In play, and it's hit towards Sumeru. So this game is over. A first blowout of this tournament. 13-1 for Team Netherlands. Mostly apart from the second inning where Team Russia scored 1 run and got back in the game. They were trailing 3-0. From the beginning, or from early on, even in the first inning, it appeared like a one-sided game, and it remained that way throughout the course of the game. So after 5 innings, the game ends on a run-ahead rule, 13-1 for Team Netherlands. On hits, it's 17 hits to 5 hits on the Russian side. 1 error on each side. So with this, we're signing off from Hoofddorp day 1. We have 5 more to come. Tomorrow, you'll of course see the same teams, but battling against other opponents. We're starting off early at 10:30. Czech Republic will take on Russia. Then at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Team GB against Italy. 3:30. Czech Republic, Greece, and then later at 6 o'clock in the evening, once again, the Dutch team, this time facing Italy. So tune in tomorrow at 10:30 for another broadcast from Super 6 by Playo.tv. On behalf of the entire crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
Jawel. Je hebt Wies en dan heb je Joch.
Zie je Chappal?
Ja. En dan Vlien. En dan Lisa. En dan heb je Wies. Dan heb je er nog één staan. En dan heb je Salon.
Maar ik heb ze nog wel.
Ja, goed. Ja. Ik zal de achterkant voor makkelijk. In de dressing room. Hier nou toch eens op, jongen, maak een foto. Je hebt niet afgedrukt, hè? Speel af. Hé, ik heb er al een beetje in ik. Deze is nou. Ja, nou. Oh, die kast die staat maar bij de tafel.